person that's going to entertain you. This gentleman, he doesn't speak English too well, so be kind to him. He's performed all over Asia in such places as China, Hong Kong, Japan, Chatsworth. Put your hands together for the Shecky Green of the Far East, Jim Lee, folks, Jim Lee.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jim Lee, and yes, I made in Taiwan. When many say this is a fundraiser, I think, oh, I get very excited because I never see a laser before. But so far, I see no laser, and only fun I have is watching spiders on Dave Smith. Anyway, I do the comedies because everybody say to me, Jimmy, your English is a joke. I know, unbelievable. Actually, I do the comedies by mistake. I think I signed for ESL class, but the classmate wait 8 weeks before telling me it's a comedy class. That bitch. Yeah, I learned this word. I also learned things like, thanks, I'll be here all week. Try the beer. Also learned that America must wait 4 more years before next big erection. Girlfriend say she's still waiting for next big erection. I not know what she mean by that. Actually, my English is quite fine, thank you very much. I guess when you're Asian, though, the stereotype of having bad language skills just, well, naturally comes with the territory. But it still does amaze me how many people still think all us Asians are bad drivers, own laundromats, and have small, well, you know. Well, I'm here to tell you that at least in my case, well, 2 out of 3 aren't true. So, sadly for the ladies out there, I start traffic school next week. And what's up with people always saying us Asians all look alike? I mean, if this were the case, why would we even need police sketch artists, right? Think about this. The officer taking down that report would be like, all right, ma'am, you said the perpetrator had black hair, brown squinty eyes, crooked teeth, and a camera around his neck? That's just great. That should help narrow it down to, oh, I don't know, 2 to 3 billion people. But it wasn't all bad looking all alike, because on Halloween, man, I could always go back to the houses with a really good candy. Gee, honey, there sure are a lot of ninjas this year. But I guess I can't blame people for thinking the way they do, because, you know, the only exposure to Asian culture they really had were those horribly dubbed kung fu movies. You guys remember those, right? My only problem with these films were, how come everyone either sounded like John Wayne, yo, Jelling, the rebels are gathering at the fortress, let's go. Or they sounded like someone who was constipated. Ooh, your kung fu is quite good, but mine is far superior. It is kind of funny, though, how we are kind of a product of what we see. I mean, growing up, I watched a lot of black comedies, so you guys can kind of imagine what my wardrobe was like growing up. I mean, picture this short, chubby Asian kid with gold chains, platform shoes, and a big afro. I kind of looked like the illegitimate son of Yoko Ono and Mr. T. But you know what? It wasn't all bad looking like a pimp. Well, except maybe that one time when I had to try and cram 10 hoes into the backseat of my pink Honda Civic. As Bernadette said, it's a good thing Asian women are small. I have taken a more legitimate job now, though. I am teaching traffic school. Yes, I guess the school figured that there were so many Asians going there, they might as well make one of us the teacher. And, I'm actually a pretty good instructor, you know, because if somebody gives me a really good reason for why they're there, I let let them go home early. Like this one time, this lady raised her hand. She's like, "Oh, I'm here because I'm trying to meet a nice, single, handsome Asian man like yourself." And I was like, "Oh, thanks. That's quite a compliment, Mom." That wasn't the only time my mom embarrassed me. Like when friends would come over, she'd make them take off their shoes, you know, the Asian custom. That wasn't so bad. But she made them put on these pink Hello Kitty bunny slippers. I think my friend Dan here still wears them, right? He's gay now. All kidding aside, I love Dan. I mean my mom. And but sometimes speaking English to her could get really frustrating because she took English a little bit too literally. Like if you said "hold on," Mom would be like, hold on to what? You know? And then like a couple months ago, I take my mom to the LA County Fair. My mom was like, "Why they call this a fair? It's not even good." And what that smell? Smell like hay and pee-pee and poo-poo. I was like, "Mom, that's the ticket taker." And then there was this time that we passed by the Virgin Megastore, and my mom was like, "Ooh, I think you could find a nice girl in here." And I was like, "I hate to break this to you, Mom, but I'm actually still part of their inventory." But not to worry, folks, I am hoping to get marked down for Christmas. And then the other day, I told my mom I was doing stand-up comedy, and my mom goes, "How is standing up funny? If they don't pay you, you sit down." Now I know I make fun of my mom's English a lot, and I'm actually pretty proud of her because she learned English the same way everyone else did. She watched Sesame Street. Yeah, I was the only kid on the whole block who's had parents that sounded like the Muppets, you know? Kermit the Mom here. Did you do your homework today? My dad wasn't any better. He sounded like the Count, you know? I'm giving you 3 seconds to take out the trash. 1, 2, 3. Right. I must now kick your ass. I spent a few years actually working in Taiwan, and it was pretty fun because they have a lot of breast enlargement cream ads in Taiwan. Now, it got me thinking, if these creams are supposed to make your boobs bigger, wouldn't they also make your hands bigger as well after using it? Just a thought. I was like, okay, oh yeah, I get it. I had a cousin who tried it. Now, her breasts aren't any bigger, but she is now Taiwan's #1 thumb wrestler. Now, the reason I was in Taiwan is because I got hired by a radio station to do baseball games, which is kind of fun. I mean, the best thing about doing a game in a foreign country is you really don't have to get the names right at all, you know? Sometimes we just like crank up the mic, drop a few coins on the counter, and those ching chang chong sounds they made sounded just like the ball player's name. Except one time when there was a wang and a dong in the game, well, we won't go there. But I'll just wrap by saying this. Doing a game in Taiwan is actually really simple because, well, your typical call kind of went like this. One second, charge up here. Chan into the windup, and the pitch to Chan. Chan hits the ground ball up the middle, speared by the shortstop, Chan, who flips to the second baseman, Chan, who fires over to the first baseman, Chan. Of course, Chan to Chan to Chan, a double play. Thank everyone for letting me come out here. I had a lot of fun, even though there weren't any lasers. So please enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Jim Lee, big hammer Jim Lee. Last comic of the night. We appreciate you having us, and God bless you and your cause. And I thank you. You guys have been a wonderful crowd, loving crowd. Thank you very much. God bless you all.